Hey everyone, it's George from Astro Venture. You may notice from another video that I'm wearing the exact same shirt and hat. I promise I have more clothes than this. It's some of the cold weather gear that I keep in my vehicle for nights like this going out to shoot. Tonight, my target, I am going to be shooting Messier 20 or M20, which is also known as the Trifid Nebula. Now, the reason why I love the Trifid Nebula, and it's actually an excellent beginner target, is the Trifid Nebula is made up of an emission nebula, and that's where you're going to have the reds and pinks. It's a reflection nebula, that's where the blues come in, and then there's also some dark nebula area which has the kind of looks like cracks within the nebula. And in addition to shooting that target tonight, in the region behind me, this is a hard one to shoot from where I live at here in northern Utah, because I've got the city of Salt Lake right nearby and the glow coming up, particularly on a Saturday night. And there's a bonus for you. If you want to get some better dark skies wherever you're at, shoot on a weeknight, not Friday or Saturday, and the night sky tends to be a bit darker because business and things are shutting down and people are at home as well as they're going to bed. But Saturday night, and so I've got a lot of glow coming. So one of the things that I have added to my new rig here is in the SV260 filter drawer, I have the SVBony SV260 multi-band, 5 bands. It's a multi-band filter, and what it does is it covers 5 regions that will give me the blues of the reflection. It will give me the hydrogen alpha of the emission, and it will also allow in some of a couple other regions of light that all avoid traditional light pollution that we get off of the city. So I'm running that because otherwise trying to shoot the Trifid Nebula would be absolutely impossible. One of the things that I'm also battling though is this particular setup I have found is not real fond of shooting directly to the south. My guiding isn't as good as I would like, and hopefully at some point I would love to be able to go to a star party somewhere and see if I can't find somebody that's really a pro with running this and help me out, because I'm sure that it's not the equipment, it's probably me. Again, if you have any tips, suggestion, hints, because you're more experienced than I am using an HEQ5 Pro, feel free to throw those comments below. I would love to hear them. So anyway, my plan is I'll be able to shoot about 3 hours of the Trifid Nebula before it dives into both the mountains and too low that it's into the hardcore lighting of Salt Lake City. But hopefully should be able to get a 3-hour capture. And this is a bonus night. I was supposed to have clouds, but for some reason they cleared out, and I'll take it. So next I'll join you at the computer where we can take a look at the data that I collected, score it, and stack it, and see what we can pull out of this. Hey there, Astro Ventures. So I told you that after shooting M20, the Trifid Nebula, that I would rejoin you at the computer to go ahead and process it. Well, I'm out here the next night, and I am currently photographing IC63, although it looks like I'm probably shooting through some very thin, wispy veil of clouds, so this night might be a wash. But while I'm waiting and shooting IC63, I figured I'd go ahead and work on M20 and let you watch that. So, Trifid Nebula, recorded it. I only got to shoot about 2 hours before the clouds rolled in, messed me up. And then of that, I only have about 40 minutes of high quality data, but I'd rather process high quality and get a sharper image than process the whole of it and get lesser quality. So take you through, and we'll go ahead and do a quick edit, and I'll talk about some of the tools and things that I use to edit this, as well as you may have watched a previous video where I showed you the latest way that I was editing. I've changed that, evolved that a little bit, and there'll be another video coming soon where I will discuss how I have tweaked my editing further. But let's go ahead and get started and edit M20. Okay, what we're going to do is first off, we're going to go Control J, get these two layers up here. I'm coming up to Image, Adjustments, and then I'm going down to Threshold. And this is because I'm going to set my black point and my white point. So what we're going to do here, I've got a nice black region in here. So I'll come over to my eyedropper, expand that to the color sampler tool, and I'm going to come in here to the black, and the color sample is actually taken at the end of the eyedropper. So we'll click that right there. There's my black sample. Now I'm going to go over to my magnifying glass, zoom that in, and go back to my eyedropper, and I'm going to take my sample on the star here, and there we go. I've got that, and with that I will now come over to this copy where I took the threshold, black point and white point, and I'm going to drag this to the bucket and get rid of it. I no longer need that. Now from here I'm going to go Control J, and let's see here. Down here I'm going to hide that one for the moment. Down here on this one, what I am going to do is go ahead and get my stars removed. And actually, I don't need this one. I'm going to just throw that away. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my stars removed. And I'm going to go Filter and RC Astro, Star Exterminator. And I'm going to tell it okay. It'll start processing here. Now with this, you can also use StarNet. That works great as well, but I'm just choosing to use Star Exterminator. I have both programs, but my reason for liking to use the Star Exterminator is because it stays within the program of Photoshop. So we'll go ahead and let this run for a moment, and then I'll rejoin you as that finishes. Okay, and here we go. Star Exterminator is finishing up. And when I do my star removal with this, I do my star removal before I have done any stretching of the data. One of the things that I have found is that it just likes it better if you leave it alone. Okay, so here we go. There's the Trifid Nebula, and we're going to go ahead and start working on this. So stars are removed. I am going to label this layer as no stars, and then this layer 1, this is my original with the stars, everything as is, and I'm just leaving it alone. Okay, so here we go, no stars. Now I'm going to hit Control J, duplicate this layer because I don't want to tamper with this one. I will start working here. Let's go ahead and get our colors adjusted. So we're going to go Control L, bring up the levels. I can see red is at a 14, green is at 21, blue is at 18. So we're going to go ahead and jump to the red, and we're going to slide this cursor over, or this marker, over to the start of the data of the red. That got me to a 5. So I am now going to jump to the green. I will slide this marker over until I get it to a 5 again. The reason I'm doing this is I am trying to get all of my colors to the same start of a black point. Let's see here, we'll move this over. There we go. Okay, we have everybody to the same black point. Now from here, we're going to hit Control M, and I am coming up here to where it says default, and I am going to use my arc sign 10. It's less aggressive than the 30. I prefer to go in the smaller steps. So here we go, arc sign 10. It's going to do a stretch. We hit OK. Now you can see that brought our black up. So I'm going to hit Control L. And because they're about the same, 14, 15, 15, I'm going to grab the marker. I'll leave it on RGB and just adjust them all together. And there we go. We're back to a 5. I like that. I'm going to go Control M. I'm going to do one more arc sign curve. What I have found is that generally 2 arc sign curves are as good as you're going to go. If you go beyond that, then the whole image starts to fall apart more. So I'm going to leave it there. We're going to go Control L, and we're going to do some adjusting. I'm going to grab this marker, bring it in a bit so that we're blackening it up. There we go. Okay, I'm going to hit OK. Now, I didn't get it all the way down to 5, which was my original starting point. And the reason being is because there's other gases and things that are going on in here, and I don't want to lose those. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. So there we go. I'm going to hit Control J, make another of this layer. This one here is my stretch. And on this one, I'm going to label this one as Camera Raw. Let's see here. There we go. Just call it Raw. And the reason being is because I'm now going to go into Filter, Camera Raw. And I'm going to start making some adjustments here. I'm going to zoom in on this. I will be cropping off the outside edge here. Let's see here. We're going to jump into exposure. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. I'm going to bring my black down a bit. There we go. I'm going to bring in some contrast. There we go. Let's see here. Next, I'm going to push my vibrance up. There we go. Liking that. And then I'm coming down here to my color mixer, and I want to push that blue up more. I'm sliding the slider back and forth. You can see how that's changing that up. I'm going to make that a little bit stronger. There we go. Liking that. And then from here, I'm going to zoom this in a bit, and let's see here. I like this. So I'm going to hit OK, send it back into Photoshop. Now I'm going to go back into the Filter, Camera Raw. And this time I'm going to press the letter K. And the reason being is because I want to paint in some adjustment. And so what I'm looking for is clarity. Here we go. Bring that up some. I'm going to come in here. Paint in some clarity. And clarity is a contrast within the mid-color zones. There we go. And I'm going to play with this a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Yeah, I think I like that pretty good. I'm going to hit OK. Jump back out of there. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, and then next from here, I'm going to jump down to, take this off, shut this down. Okay, I'm down to my star layer here. Again, I'm going to do a quick color adjustment. Red is the lowest. I'm going to bring this over to the start of the data, too far. 5, there we go. I'm going to take green. I'm going to watch the green channel, get that to a 5 as well. Over to the blue. Get this to a 5 as well. There we go. Got our black set there. Now I'm going to go Filter, Camera Raw. Now, I really want to clean up a lot of these stars and get rid of them because I like minimal stars. So I'm coming in here and pushing contrast. It'll brighten up the brighter stars. It will darken out the the darker ones, and it's left the star color in there. Now I'm going to hit OK. There we go. Now I'm going to come up top to my camera raw. Here I am, and I am going to change this over to linear dodge. And finally, I will, need a square crop. Let's see here, take this to a square crop. Let's bring this in a bit. Let's see here. Let's see, fit screen. Let's do that again, crop, bring this in a bit more. There we go. There we go. Okay, liking that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I am going over to, and just in case I don't like this, I'm going to duplicate this raw layer, which is Control J. Whoops, that did that linear dodge. I need to put this, actually, I need to undo this. So Control Z, I'm now going to go Control Alt E. So I create a fresh layer all on its own. Okay, there. Now I'm going to call this one Burn. And I'm going to come over here to the Burn. You can see it here. You've got Dodge and Burn. I want Burn. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to tell it the shadows. I want the darker regions. Go to my magnifying glass, zoom in a little bit more. And I'm going to go back to that Burn. Reduce my brush. Make sure it's a soft brush. Good. And what I'm going to do is paint over these black lanes. That is way too strong. Way too strong. Let's jump this down. I'm going to take this down to about, let's go 9. Let's try that. Quick brushing over. There we go. That's bringing that in. There we go. Yeah, I like that much better. Now I'm going to jump over here to Dodge. This is to lighten. I'm going with the highlights. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit because there's a couple highlights that I want to touch on. So I need to make this smaller brush. Got this bright streak here. Okay, and I've got a bright streak across this ridge through here. Just want to emphasize that a little bit. I'm liking that. There we go. Yep, I like that. And there you have it. Hope that looks pretty good to you. I'm happy with it. Now, from here, and I'm not going to do it because of the time that it can take, I will go ahead and run a noise exterminator on it to help clean it up. And sometimes that will soften the image. So if that happens, what I will then do is go into my Nick tools, color effects, and I'll do a tonal contrast. And that tonal contrast helps to do an overall sharpening because unfortunately, it's only the program PixInsight that has blur eliminator or blur exterminator. The closest thing that I have found is by doing a tonal contrast using the Nick tools. That will get me to that same end point. Well, and there you have it. I hope you liked what you saw there with doing a quick edit on M20. Of course, you know, when I'm not trying to do a tutorial, I'll spend a bit more time and get in there and do a little bit more dodge burning and, you know, and bring out some more of the details. But that was the quick down and dirty of editing M20. So I hope that helps. And I'll be doing some additional tutorials on this, and I hope this helps. So there you have it. If you like what you saw here, consider liking, subscribing, ringing the bell, and you know, sharing it out there. It helps the channel to grow. And you know, we appreciate your viewership. Till next time, I wish you clear skies and uneventful nights. And good luck to me on capturing IC-63.